Congressman Pete Sessions, Republican from Texas. Congressman, nice to see you as always. Glad you're with us tonight. Two big stories in the news. You're there in a border state in Texas. I'll get to DHS in a moment, but first let me start there with the news on Kevin Warsh. Any reservations at all that he'll be able to separate himself from the president?
No, I've got no real problems. I mean, the president has made sure that he takes full responsibility for the economy, for the things which are occurring. I think he's entitled to have not only a Fed chair that he has a relationship with, but perhaps more importantly, where they share some sort of view about where interest rates ought to be. I think our committee believes that interest rates are too high. We have a housing problem in this country, and we need to make sure that we keep our economy moving forward. I think this is a good pick.
Here was Jay Powell the other day, and then I'll pick it up with you on the other side.
It just is that every advanced economy democracy in the world has come around to this common practice. It's just an institutional arrangement that has served the people well.
That was Powell on why there should be an independent Fed. Going forward, Congressman, should Kevin Warsh listen to anything that Donald Trump has to say from here on out?
Well, I think the top line viewpoint is that he believes that the risk is not corresponding exactly the same as the interest rates. And if you're going to be the world leader in growing jobs and growing the economy and making sure that you move your economy forward with people to have housing and jobs, which is a stable environment right now, then we need to move that rate down. We need to have people come out of this winter with the spring where interest rates look better. And if it means it's going to be in May, bring it on.
All right. Obviously, Kevin Warsh, if he gets confirmed, would step into the role there in May. Let me take you into your home state and back here to Washington as well, because I'm sure you're following what's going on with this DHS funding fight. The Senate's taking it up right now. It is likely to then get into your chamber here in the coming days, and it would involve only a 2-week funding measure for DHS, and that's when the negotiations would occur on any sort of reforms to DHS and ICE. Would you support that bill?
Well, certainly I could, but you see, we only know one side of this equation right now. We know what the Democrats are asking for. But I think correspondingly, every single American recognizes both sides needed to make some sort of accommodations to each other. I think it is wrong to have these ICE officers dogged and people coming and doing the things they're doing that are.
So what reforms are you willing to accept, Congressman? What reforms do you think need to take place?
I talked about this the other night on CNN, and what I said is I believe
NewsNation.
I think there needs to be a buffer. My point is we need to have a buffer to where the law enforcement is protected, as well people who have a right for their First Amendment. But that First Amendment does not mean that they can impede federal law enforcement on their job when they're doing this properly. And I think that there's a accommodation on both sides that could be something that I would support.
All right. We'll leave it there. Pete Sessions, Republican from Texas, as I mentioned, on the House Financial Services Committee as well when it relates to Jay Powell, by the way. And that conversation, Powell could stay on the board and vote on